Hello and welcome to Aue versus 1860 Munich. It is match day 8 of the Dritte Liga, and this is a very, very interesting game indeed, with two clubs whose managers are under quite a bit of pressure coming into this one. Even though we're in the early stages of the season, Aue have lost their last 4 games in a row, and as for Munich, well, they had a solid enough start to the season. 2 defeats in their last 2 matches, including 5-1 at home in the last game against the newly promoted Hoffenheim reserves. So a real surprise result, that one. Aue make 2 changes. In come Eric Ullmann in midfield and Mika Clausen on the right wing. Those are the 2 changes from the last defeat that they suffered of their 4th straight, and that was a 3-1 defeat away at Osnabrück. Again, they have got a win so far this season. They beat Havelse earlier on in the year, but now the clubs and the teams are about to make their way out onto the pitch with a packed stadium here at Aue, so the fans will certainly be behind them, there's no doubt about that. As for 1860 Munich, it's 3 changes from the side that got so heavily defeated, and Max Wolfram is in, as is Tunay Denitz and Justin Steinkotter. Those are the 3 players in. They have got their returning home hero Kevin Volland, who has made his way back to 1860 Munich and got off to the best possible start, really, as he scored in their 3-1 win against Osnabrück after just 10 minutes. So the referee and his assistants leading the players out onto the pitch. Superb atmosphere. But what can Aue do to try and rescue a result? And try and find a result, really. Only 4 points so far this season in their first 7 matches. Marvin Stefaniak is going to be crucial. And Jens Hartl there in the green hoodie, he is a man very much under pressure coming into this game. And equally, Patrick Gluckner not exactly sitting comfortably at 1860 Munich at the moment. There is Kevin Volland, number 31. After his illustrious career, it is Luca Jürgensen from Hamburg who's the referee today. Fabian Porsche and Gerhard Lulow will be assisting him. Martin Mannel, the captain for Aue, and it is Niederlechner who captains Munich 1860 this afternoon. 2 goals so far for Florian Niederlechner after signing from Hertha Berlin in the summer, where he was a regular last season, scoring 6 goals in Bundesliga 2. Again, the 1860 fans have come in force, and the Aue fans are making a lot of noise. So a really great atmosphere in this 3rd division of German football clash. It'll be in the white and blue for 1860. Looking to get back on track, Patrick Gluckner's men, after that 5-1 defeat. Kevin Volland will be there, one to watch. And a great noise from the travelling supporters. Meanwhile, Julian Guttau will be a crucial part of Aue's attacking lineup, as Jens Hartl looks to turn the fortunes of Aue around. So we're underway. 1860 Munich in the blue and white stripes, attacking from left to right in this first half. Aue in the purple, attacking from right to left, and there's an early free kick given. Max Schmidt catching Tunay Deniz with his arm there. Well, the pyros are going off in the Munich end. Deniz back up on his feet. Integral part, really, of the Munich 1860 team. A couple of assists already this season. Very dangerous from set pieces. There's Marvin Rittmuller playing it down the line, but it's picked up calmly by Sean Dulich, and back to Thomas Dahner. Sorry, back to Martin Manol in the Aue goal here. Very experienced goalkeeper, Martin Manol. He's played his whole career at Aue, 37 years of age now. He's been a regular since 2011-12 season. Marvin Stefaniak losing out on that one. Niederlechner trying to play the ball through for Steinkotter, not quite able to manage it. Looks as though it's a sort of 4-4-2 lineup for 1860 Munich. Quite rare that we see a 4-4-2. But Niederlechner and Steinkotter leading the line, and now they've got in. Niederlechner plays it in, and it's just behind Steinkotter. Well dealt with in the end by Eric Ullmann in a chance that kind of came out of nowhere. But Pfeiffer down the line. Now there's the big switch of play looking for Kevin Volland, but well dealt with by Anthony Barilla. Well, you know when 1860 Munich are in town, don't you? No doubt about that. Aue with a throw then over on that right-hand side. It's going to be a long one. No, it's a little short one. And that's well worked, although the pass is a bit heavy. And Deniz is able to deal with it. Foulman. Tidied up by Max Christensen. And out for a Munich throw that Pfeiffer will take. Deniz back to Pfeiffer. It's a nice ball. Rittmuller coming forward from right back, looking for options. He's got Volland with him down the line. Here is Kevin Volland. Niederlechner looking to turn and wins the corner. First touch just took him away a little bit, but Tristan Zobel managed to shepherd the ball behind. And Kevin Volland will now deliver the corner in front of those travelling Munich fans over on the right-hand side. Vogt and Dulich up from the back. It's going in towards the near post here, and it's gone all the way in, and the referee gives the free kick. Kevin Volland thought he'd scored directly from the corner, There was a lot of argy-bargy in there. Well, it's a tough one. Martin Manel goes down, but I'm not particularly convinced that it wasn't by one of his own players. Well, certainly Niederlechner is in there getting his elbows out. Controversial one in the early stages. Kevin Volland, meanwhile, has been fouled. But Volland thought he'd given Munich the lead. He's got the chance now to deliver another set piece. Let's look at it again. And look, Niederlechner, well, I think the Niederlechner is the foul that's been given. I'm not sure it affects the goalkeeper. But a controversial one to start. Now it's over with Max Wolfram to take a long throw. Vogt, number 3 there, is going to look to try and get this first flick on. Goes over Vogt, and it's headed away by Majedczak. Now all the way back to Dana. That goes through for a goal kick. So Manel launches the ball forward. Stefaniak trying to win the header. Volland sort of dealt with it. Steinkotter. Foul given against Steinkotter. Back to Dana. It's been a high intensity start to this game. Nice little touch from Rittmuller. Back to Dulic, across to Simon Vogt. Rittmuller. All the way back to Manel. Neither side really managing to build much play so far, are they? Eric Ullmann. Foul given. Mika Clausen brought down by Manuel Pfeiffer. Dulic threads it in behind nicely. Little fall here to Fabish. Fabish! Thomas Dana, fairly easy stop for him. Good play to release Anthony Barilla. Babiš did well to create space, but didn't really connect with the shot. Aue coming forward again. Big switch looking for Stefaniak. Other than the disallowed goal, not really a huge amount of opportunities in this, or openings in this first 10 minutes. On from Steinkotter, didn't find Niederlechner. Out for a throw-in down here for Munich. Two sides who really could do with a victory. Little turn inside, and then Niederlechner fouled by Erik Ullmann. Dennis will have the chance. To send in a delivery. It's a big one. It's nicely done. Vogt knocks it back across. Hooked up by Majid Shak. Pfeiffer couldn't bring it down. And it's a throw-in for Munich. Another long throw-in coming from Maximilian Wolfram. Ball bouncing around. Came out to Rittmuller. A bit of an ambitious effort, really. Aue playing their way out of defence now. Little stop and turn from Tristan Zoga. Majid Shak. Well, in their 7 games so far this season, Aue have only scored 3 and conceded 12. So a very tough start to the season for them. Oh, sorry, they've conceded 14, I should say. They're coming forward now, though. Played to the edge of the box. Stefaniak. Cross was attempted to be swung in, and Tunaj Dennis has gone down. And the Aue fans not happy with that, because the ball was going out for a corner. It has hit Dennis in the head. As the cross comes in. And then it was ricocheting out for a corner, so we'll see what the referee decides to do here. Steinkotter getting some more instructions from Gluckner. In fact, both of the two strikers, Steinkotter and Niederlechner. it is going to be some kind of drop ball. Now, whether the referee is saying that Munich have to kick it out for a corner, it'll be Rittmuller who's down there. Niederlechner coming in for a chat as well. Well, no, it looks as though they're just going to give the drop ball here to Aue, and then they play on. I think Aue would have preferred the corner, wouldn't they? As it's now back with Martin Manel, and Tunay Deniz is back on the pitch. He's missed that interception, and now forward comes Barilla. Ball up in the air, falls down the other side to Foulman. Okay, now just working the ball backwards. Only Schweinfurt have scored fewer goals so far this season than Aue. They look sort of happy enough on the ball, don't they? Little turn around the corner, which Foulman tries to get on the end of. Wolfram now with another chance for a long throw. They haven't really amounted to anything so far in this game. That one gets a flick on, it bounces up, and Niederlechner! Somehow it's off the post and back into Manel's arms. Huge chance for 1860 Munich, and I don't think anyone's quite sure how it didn't go in. So the only two chances of the game so far have gone the way of 1860 Munich. Stefaniak drops it back to Zobel. Across to Majetshak. Foulman again. Nice ball down the line to release Eric Ullmann. Ullmann's delivery, it'll come all the way through to Stefaniak! Oh, that's clever! Marvin Stefaniak gives Aue the lead with a really smart finish. Evading Thomas Dahner. And Aue have only their 6th goal of the season. Will this be some relief for Jens Hartel? First goal of the season for Stefaniak, and just look at this. The ball comes through to him. Everyone's expecting him to fire it back across the goalkeeper. All the defenders go that way, the goalkeeper goes that way, and he just passes it into the near post. Look at the goalkeepers and the defender, all throw themselves away from the near post. And Stefaniak scores. 4th season now for Marvin Stefaniak with Aue. 9 goals last year. And he's off the mark for this season finally. And Aue, I guess against the run of play, have the lead. They've had more possession, but two big chances for 1860 Munich. Vote. Nodded down to Steinkotter. Voland is coming with him, but it's a bit lazy from Steinkotter. He manages to win it back though. Vote. Denitz spreads the play to Rittmuller, but Stefaniak is there to deal with the danger and win the throw-in. The referee didn't like the second ball near the pitch. Well, this was that chance for Niederlechner. The ball kind of bounced through to him. He took it first time. Did he get a deflection on the way through? Maybe from Stefaniak, but so close to giving Munich the lead. And then just a couple of minutes later, Stefaniak up the other end, giving Aue a 1-0 advantage halfway through the first half. Manel forced to go long again. Stefaniak wins the flick. Max Schmidt having a bit of a battle. I haven't really seen much of the ball, Max Schmidt. Ball doesn't quite get to him. Denitz thumps that one into a channel for Niederlechner to chase. Calmly dealt with by Zobel. Now Max Wolfram will try and create a bit of chaos again in the penalty area. We've got an opportunity from the last throw. This one comes all the way out. Swung back in. Manel comes for it, punches. He's out of goal, headed away again. Denitz. Denitz! Wide. Caught it with plenty of power. Rittmuller inside. Well, that's loose. Given away by Max Christiansen. And there's too much on that for Max Schmidt. Well, the Munich fans still making some noise. They'd like to see a bit more from their team at the moment in the final 20 minutes of this first half. Zobel. Zobel again. Aue happy to sit deep with it. Munich kind of varying when they press and when they don't press. Again, Aue have had more possession in this half, almost 60%, but a lot of it has been in these sorts of areas. Munich holding their 4-4-2 shape. Stefaniak trying the big switch, and it's a brilliant pass. Clausen. Fantastic ball that was from Stefaniak. Here he is again. Zobel, nicely done. Bit of space for BeReal to turn into. And the ball got lost in the end by Pascal Fallmann. So all of that possession kind of came to nothing, didn't it? Steinkotter will chase that one down, but it's fairly comfortably played to Manel. BeReal. Back inside again to Eric Ullmann. Ullmann spreads the play and it's too short for Mika Clausen. And Wolfram wins it back. A match that started with a reasonable amount of intensity has really petered out since Aue scored. Dana thumping it long, and Steinkotter, not quite. Manel was up enough with play. Bit of a charge here from Julian Guttau. His cutback is wayward of Max Schmidt. Volland. Pfeiffer. Given away. Stefaniak knocks it in behind. Back across goal, and it's just away from Schmidt. Pfeiffer puts it behind for a corner, but Max Schmidt was a few centimetres away from giving Aue a 2-goal advantage. Stefaniak with a great little pass. Schmidt maybe needed to gamble a little earlier on that. Still a corner. Schmidt, only 22 years of age. 1 goal already this season, but only 10 appearances last year. So not hugely experienced and leading the line for Aue today. Scored in the 4-1 defeat to Saarbrücken earlier this year. BeReal. Nice play to Mika Clausen, but Denitz gets in and intercepts, and then he releases Steinkotter. Niederlechner's in the middle, but only Niederlechner at the moment. Steinkotter finds Niederlechner, it's off the post, I think. But the offside flag is up. Well, offside or goal kick. I think it was offside. Bit of link up between the two. It's the offside flag, isn't it? As Steinkotter sent that in. Niederlechner had drifted into an offside position. Steinkotter and Niederlechner, both new signings, sort of youth and experience. Steinkotter 26, Niederlechner 34. Leading the line this afternoon for 1860 Munich. Stefaniak with the delivery that goes, well, I was going to say straight to the goalkeeper, but he still decided to punch, did Thomas Dahner. Brought down by Wolfram. Pfeiffer with the switch to find Max Christiansen. Ball turns around the corner and, well, yellow card incoming, but Kevin Volland, I think, frustrated that the game didn't play on. It's Jona Fabish who goes in the book. First yellow card of the game. Fourth yellow card of the season. Certainly deserved. Again, Munich were coming forward. Hence the frustration from Kevin Volland. But fourth yellow card of the season for Jona Fabish, the 24-year-old Zimbabwean. Denitz. Rittmuller, and they win the corner. Nodded behind by Anthony Barella. And now a second corner of the game for Kevin Volland. The first one went all the way in. Is he going to attack the near post again and try his luck for a second time? Swings it in, and a free kick given again. have a look at this one. Well, yeah, I think it was Niederlechner again that the foul was given against. Niederlechner. Fabish coming with him. He plays it into Steinkotter, but the return pass doesn't find him. And BeReal now will bring it away for Aue with that ball over the top, and that's very nicely done. The foul given in the end against Julian Gattau, in favour of Julian Gattau. Did well to keep it in, and just the little nutmeg from Sean Dulich. Not much in it really, was there, but free kick nevertheless. Oh, it's all the way through, and wasn't really sure where that clearance was going to go from Max Christiansen, as he dived in and got a foot to it. Ultimately, it didn't go very near the goal, but from the angle we were at, looked a bit closer at that point. Stefaniak will take the throw in. Dana keeps it in and will try and play away quickly, launching the ball. And Wolfram couldn't keep it in. Good distribution initially. It was Eric Ullman who had gone down. Which is why some of the Aue fans felt that the game shouldn't have restarted. Nicely played by Niederlechner. Wolfram. Pfeiffer, all by himself, manages to get the ball in, but it's dealt with fairly comfortably by Majestczak. Pfeiffer again. Denitz going for the 1-2. But too much on the return pass. Martin Manel goes long again. And the ball kind of bounces all the way through to the other goalkeeper. And Dana sends it back from where it came. Volland with the header. Well won, but it goes out for a goal kick. 5 minutes to go in this first half. It's not been a thriller. A couple of chances for 1860 Munich. Aue with really their only attempt scoring, but that will do for Jens Hartel. Be more than happy with that. The referee orders the goal kick to be retaken. Volland. Vogt. Pfeiffer. Out with Wolfram and Pfeiffer again out on that left-hand side. Space for Wolfram. Denitz, oh, couldn't quite bring it under control. And then a late challenge as he tried to gather up the ball on Zobel, and it's a yellow card. Tunai Denitz back in the starting 11 after coming off the bench in the last game. Ooh. Nasty one really there from Denitz. Accidental. Well, they'll be looking for more from their team in the second half, those 1860 Munich fans behind the goal away to the right. Long ball forward, it almost bounces through again for Stefaniak. And Dulic has to put it out for a throw. Long one coming in from Stefaniak. Nope. Goes short. Nicely worked. Clausen pulls it back. Shots blocked by Denitz. But Munich can't get out. An hour will come again. Stefaniak goes down and he's fouled by Denitz. They've just been booked. Look at that one again. There's not much in it, is there? Probably is a foul from Denitz. Stefaniak up and ready to take the free kick. Last minute of the first half. Stefaniak can't get his head on it. Out to Gutau, knocks it all the way back to Fabish. Nice little nod inside. Stefaniak with the little pass. Max Schmidt can't keep possession. Volland goes back to the goalkeeper and it's hammered away. One for Steinkotter to chase. 2 minutes of stoppage time. That's an awkward one, but it's calmly and smartly headed back by Fabish. Vogt out to Pfeiffer. He and Wolfram combining again. Wolfram swings it in but wins a corner. Perhaps the last chance of this first half for 1860 Munich to get back in the game. I think every corner so far for Munich, the referee has given a foul against a Munich attacking player. It'll be Denitz to swing this one in from the left-hand side. Delivers right under the keeper, but Manel makes it, and the referee gives a foul. Manel and Foulman going up for it. See again what happened. Again, I'm not sure where the foul was in there. But that's the half-time whistle. Two big chances for 1860 Munich weren't converted, and instead it was Marvin Stefaniak who has given Jens Hartel's team a really important lead. 4 defeats in a row, but at half-time they lead 1860 Munich by 1-0. players out for the second half of Aue versus Munich 1860. And it is Aue leading by 1-0 at half-time. Munich looking to avoid 3 defeats on the spin. Marvin Stefaniak's goal meaning that Aue at the moment are looking at stopping their run of 4 defeats on the spin. Patrick Glockner just having a little chat with the referee, where there was a bit of controversy at half-time, and a half-time substitution incoming for Munich by the looks of things. We will see who Clemens Lippmann comes on for. It's not Wolfram, I don't think. He's coming on for Justin Steinkotter. So Steinkotter making the first 45 minutes. Clemens Lippmann, just 19 years of age, made his professional debut in the last match in that 5-1 defeat to Hoffenheim reserves. So very interesting that he's now been brought on at half-time. Let's see what the 19-year-old Austrian can do from the reserves team, or from the youth team I should say. And it will be 1860 Munich attacking from right to left in this second half. So it looks as though maybe Kevin Volland has gone a bit more central, away from his right wing position. Manel launches it long. All the way through to Dana. Well, it looked as though the referee was going to blow for a foul, and then he didn't. Jabbed forward. Wolfram. Christiansen back again to Wolfram. Poor delivery, really. They keep the ball to 1860 Munich. A few more flares, as ever. Being let off in the Munich 1860 end. They are up the other end now from the goal that Munich are attacking. And Wolfram will deliver one of his long throws. That too doesn't beat the first man. Volland couldn't bring that one down, and it goes all the way back to Tunay Denitz. Volland. And the offside flag is up against Niederlechner. Pretty tight. I'm not actually sure Niederlechner was offside there. The flag went up and Aue were clearing it anyway. Certainly looks as though Clemens Lippmann has taken over in that sort of right hand side position where Kevin Volland was. Volland there now, going a bit more central. Niederlechner. Volland. Nice ball to try and release Lippmann, but he can't keep it in. nicely wriggled away, and no foul, says the referee, as Julian Gatteau was trying to get her through. Gatteau. Well, no doubt in the battle of the tricky times, it's Jens Hartl who will be happier of the two managers. And he might be happier still here, because here comes Marvin Stefaniak. He's got away from Lippmann. Stands it up, and it's straight into the arms of Dana. Wolfram. That's a nice little flick. That's well worked. Dennitz. Picked up here. Oh! And Marvin Rittmuller finds the post. Great run from Rittmuller. Cut inside. And the shot was perfect. Just needed a couple of centimetres to the left, and Munich could be level. That's the second time they've been denied by the woodwork in this game. It's a bit more like it. Kind of burst forward out of nowhere, didn't they, on the sort of semi-counter. That's a nice turn away, and now here comes Foulman. Foulman knocks it inside for Gatteau. Spread out to Stefaniak, the game opening up a little. Stefaniak's delivery, and no one's in there. Well, no one's in the area that Stefaniak was delivering into. Vogt. Pfeiffer. Wolfram. It's one for Niederlechner to chase. And it's well done by Niederlechner. Niederlechner brought down, and a free kick is given. Yellow card for Pascal Foulman. Foulman knew it was well played there by Niederlechner, and Foulman had to make sure that wasn't in the penalty area, obviously, and he managed to do that quite well, to be honest. But a chance from the set piece for 1860 Munich. It's Tunay Dennitz who will stand over it. Manel getting his, well, I say wall set. It's just Mika Clausen. Dennitz fires it in with pace, and I think it's headed over by Stefaniak. Goes for a corner. Volland will deliver the corner, an outswinger this time. All of the Munich corners so far have been in-swingers. A change of plan, and scuffed away by Clausen, so it comes straight back to Kevin Volland. Wolfram. Plays it in low. Aue can get the ball away. Munich in this first 10 minutes of the second half with a little bit of spring in their step now. They've hit the post. They've had a few decent opportunities. It's well played by Pfeiffer. Pfeiffer with the ball inside. Voland whips it across and the header back is straight into Manel. Wolfram, another good delivery. Voland not able to get his head on it, and Anthony BeReal will bring it out now for Aue, who've had a sluggish start to the second half. Stefaniak looking for a ball for Mika Clausen, brilliantly done. Another fantastic pass from Stefaniak. Clausen. And again, some space here. But the pass to Julian Gutau. A little overhead. Double substitution now for Munich. David Philipp will be one of the players coming on. Not yet, because Aue will come forward again with Stefaniak down the line for BeReal. Dealt with by Dulic. Dive in there from Pfeiffer. Clausen. Switch back in for Fabish. Aue have stabilised things a little, haven't they? Mika Clausen. Ullmann. Ullmann again. His cross was blocked by Denitz. It will be this double substitution. Off is coming Niederlechner. So Sigurd Haugen is going to replace Niederlechner up front, you would have thought. And Max Wolfram will be replaced by David Philipp. Sigurd Haugen, who scored 3 goals in his 7 appearances so far this season. And David Philipp, who scored the only goal in the 5-1 defeat at Hoffenheim reserves last time out. Haugen Tries to use his pace to get in behind. A substitution for Aue as well. As on comes Yannick Ehlers. On for Mika Clausen. So 3 substitutions for Munich so far, just 1 for Aue. As I say, David Phillips scored. 1 goal in the last defeat. Lazy run it was as well. No doubt that Max Schmidt was offside there. Simon Vogt out to Manuel Pfeiffer. Possession has been mostly that of Munich's in this second half. Two shots on goal, whereas Aue are yet to trouble the Munich goal at all. There's a ball in behind for Haugen. Denitz. Nice little ball in. Kevin Volland trying to get onto his left foot. Well defended. Again, Stefaniak was back there too. Been at every end of the pitch today. Pfeiffer. Well, an hour played, 30 minutes to go. Munich need to try and get something out of the game. Pfeiffer, David Philipp. Poor, really. All 3 players attacking the same part of the penalty area. Well, Kevin Volland no doubt hoped his return to 1860 Munich would be going a little better than this. Scored within 10 minutes of his home return, admittedly, in that victory against Osnabrück. But since then, well, they then went and won 2-0 away at Alemannia Aachen and won 3-2 against Helvetis. It's only the last 2 games, really, that have been the dip in form. But 3 defeats in a row, having been unbeaten in the first 5, would be a bit of a disappointment. Especially the nature of that defeat against Hoffenheim reserves. I think that's what's really rocked Munich. The Rostock defeat, they conceded 2 goals in 3 minutes in the first half there. But they just got obliterated by Hoffenheim reserves. Newly promoted as well. And here they are currently losing to a team who have lost 4 games on the bounce. Dennitz lifts it out wide nicely. Dennitz again stands it up, and the header. Well, Manel came to gather, and he managed to get there in the end. The combination of him and Eric Majetshak denying Haugen. Stefaniak tries to loft that one in behind for Gutau. Nearly manages to nick it. Voland. David Phillip. Dennitz with a bit of space. It curls it straight into the hands of Martin Manel again. Some good running. The challenge was a bit of a dive in from Lippmann. Eventually he wins the ball and brings it out. Dennitz knocks it inside. Rittmuller. Lippmann. The foul is brought back for the play is brought back for the foul on Rittmuller. Scrappy, isn't it? Crosses are sort of blocked, and they're all sort of hopeful balls into the penalty area, and now Julien Gatto is going to be fouled. No, there's no foul. Happy with that. Phillip. Tore Jakobsen getting ready to come on next for 1860 Munich. Meanwhile, Lippmann, well, did well to break away down that right-hand side. And Tor Jakobsen is coming on for Max Christiansen. Appeared in every game so far this season as Jakobsen, the 28-year-old, in his second season with Munich 1860 after joining from Elversborg in Bundesliga 2. And they get into sort of semi-dangerous positions, Munich, but then can't really work out where to go. Fallman has to concede the corner though. Dennitz to deliver. 20 minutes left. Munich looking for the equaliser. Jakobsen off the line and pumped away by Manel. Another big chance for 1860 Munich. Manel and Stefaniak are both down, as they have somehow kept the ball out of the net again. It was Jakobsen who the ball fell to. He managed to jab it towards goal. It flicked off Stefaniak and then off the line by Eric Ullmann. And then Manel punched it clear here. Stefaniak was underneath it. Well, you have to say they're hanging on, Aue. Jakobsen almost scoring with pretty much his first touch. So Stefaniak still receiving treatment after kind of getting clobbered by his own player. Jens Hartl will be hoping that his most creative player will not have to come off the pitch. Marvin Stefaniak. Well, they say it's his 4th season with Aue. Before that, a season with Würzburg Kickers. The majority of his career before that with Dino Dresden. Spells at Fürth and Nürnberg in there as well. But he's back on his feet, and the game can resume. So it will resume with a double Aue substitution shortly. Vogt. Pfeiffer, his cross is blocked. And it went out for a throw-in. Then it's with the long throw. Jakobsen, the ball was a bit short for him, so he ended up falling down while trying to flick that on. And the substitutions will now be made. It's Julian Gunther Schmidt who's coming on. Off is coming Max Schmidt. After a fairly quiet game. And Luan Simnica, the Albanian, is coming on too. Simnica, who signed from Sandhausen in the summer after making 11 appearances for them as they got relegated, the 21-year-old Albanian. And Julian Gunther Schmidt, 31, signed from Saarbrücken over the summer, has appeared in every game so far, Gunther Schmidt, but he's been off the bench in the last 3. His last start actually was against Saarbrücken in that 4-1 defeat at the end of August. That's a nice little ball, and Pascal Fauman's got a lot of space. Fauman going to the byline. And the cut black is well recovered by Manuel Pfeiffer. Fauman didn't have a lot of options, so he needed to keep going in order to wait for his teammates to catch up to a degree. So Stefaniak will take this corner. First real action up that end for a while. Stefaniak's corner, is headed out. Comes back to Stefaniak though. Tries to place that one, it's palmed away by Thomas Dana. That's rather blazed over the bar. 15 minutes to go. This was Stefaniak's effort. He looked up and he saw the opportunity at the far post, but fairly comfortable on that for Thomas Dana. It's a big ball over to Kevin Bolland, who brings it down nicely. Well challenged though by Tristan Zobel. Denitz. His delivery's headed out. Stefaniak is there to pick up the pieces. Manel gets rid. Only as far as Vogt. Pressure feels like it's coming now, doesn't it? Jakobsen. Pfeiffer's delivery goes over the top of Hauger. Simnica with a nice pass. Yannick Ehlers. Still going, Ehlers. Finds half a yard and hits it high. Good positive play though. From the 22-year-old who signed from Kiel in the summer as a free agent. Bolland with the turn. David Philipp. Tried to play the immediate return pass. Dulic. Philipp. Philipp gets away nicely. Set back inside. Jakobsen's cross is onto the roof of the net in the end. Not sure Martin Manel knew exactly where it was. Aue really haven't had a sniff in this second half, have they? Apart from that driving run just a few moments ago from Yannick Ehlers. The rest has been all Munich possession, it's felt like. And yeah, 66% possession in this second half for Munich. They've hit the woodwork. Had some dangerous balls into the box. And now here's Tunay Denitz. No foul given. Free kick given to Aue. Julian Gunther Schmidt brought down. Simon Vogt deemed to have fouled him. And a chance for Stefaniak to deliver. Played short. Foulman is fouled by David Phillip. Well, you get the sense that Aue now are leaning into playing for the victory. Clumsy really from Phillip. Stefaniak does deliver this time. The ball bounces down, and there's the second. It's Eric Ullmann. Has he secured all 3 points for Aue? Stefaniak's delivery wasn't dealt with. And certainly against the run of possession, Aue have bagged a second. A second goal of the season for Eric Ullmann. It was calmly brought down and well set by Eric Majetchak. And Ullmann couldn't miss. I don't know where the defending went. But 8 minutes to go, and Aue are 2-0 up now. Patrick Hobbs has come on for these final 8 minutes. A bit of muscle up front for Munich. And Tunay Deniz it is who's come off. Well, they were already throwing a lot forward, Munich. Now they've got to throw everything, otherwise they're staring at 3 defeats in a row. Pfeiffer wins a free kick. Jakobsen's going to take it. Headed away. And now actually picked up by Yannick Ehlers. And there are men forward for Aue. The little knock down the line is nice. Simnica. And the referee gives a foul. Yellow card out. I think it was for Manuel Pfeiffer, who brought him down the end. Yes, it was. And a chance for Aue to deliver again. A little over 10,000 in attendance. Watching what may be Aue's second victory of the season. Stefaniak scored the first, delivered the cross that created the second, and almost scores a third. Deflected off the wall and off the bar. Aue's tails are up. Launched forward again. Very nicely brought down. by Günther Schmidt. Falman. All the way back again to Manel. Long ball forward, and again some good strong hold-up play from Günther Schmidt, and he now manages to release Simnica on this right-hand side. Goes for the delivery. That would have been quite a third goal. Stefaniak unable to get on the end of it this time. Well, he got on the end of it, but unable to convert it. Here it is again. Great technique, but straight at Thomas Dana. And here was his chance from the free kick that flicked up, and fortunately for Munich came down just on the crossbar. Four minutes of normal time to go. Probably have a few minutes of stoppage time through the substitutions and injuries. But even at 1-0 down, it didn't really feel like Munich, despite having all their pressure, were knocking on the door. Haugen can't keep it. Dana. It's just long balls forward now, isn't it? Ehlers. Throw-in is won by Munich. Philip. Lippmann. Little knock inside. Nice little 1-2 with Hopsch. But good defending from Yannick Ehlers. Stefaniak. Manages to release Falman. Falman happy to go to the corner for a few moments and wins the throw-in. Kevin Volland coming back, but unable to win possession back. Hopsch. And a substitution to waste a little more time. It's Tashi coming on. The Ukrainian. Here's a look at the goal again from Eric Ullmann, that has maybe secured the 3 points for Aue. Boris Tashi comes on. First appearance of the season for Tashi. Played 36 times last season, did Boris Tashi, but has been out injured until now. If Munich can get a goal now, they might have a shot at rescuing a point. Pfeiffer sends it back in. It's hammered away. Lippmann goes down off the ball in a battle with Ehlers. Voland. He's challenged. Simnica. Stefaniak, will he play that through the middle first time? He does. The flag's up though. Boris Tashi. He needed the ball released a little earlier. 6 minutes of stoppage time. Pfeiffer in for Voland. Good defending. Aue don't look like they're going to be broken through today, do they? And in fact, they can't even keep the ball, Munich 1860. Simon Vogt just about dealing with it under the pressure from Julian Gunter Schmidt. Gunter Schmidt again. Fouled by Jakobsen. Well, 3 defeats in a row for Patrick Glockner's Munich. A run of 4 defeats in a row stopped by Jens Hartl. This victory wouldn't take them out of the relegation zone, Aue, but they would just be 4 points behind Munich, who would be in 10th place if all the other matches finish like they are currently. The pass doesn't quite release Sigurd Haugen. And that's a nice turn from Uhlers. Lippmann deals with it, plays it all the way back to Dana. David Philipp. It's a nice, dangerous ball in, and Manel didn't really know what was going on. It was dealt with by the Aue defence. Jakobsen sends it back in. Manel comes for that one. And gets a hand on it, and now another counter-attack opportunity for Aue. Releasing Uhlers. Dulic covers it off. Stefaniak's down. Injured, and the referee stops the game for him. Well, it's just cramp actually for Stefaniak. Almost halfway through the stoppage time here. Well, the 3-1 defeat to Osnabrück. All the goals came in the second half. The 2-1 away defeat at Cottbus for Aue. They were behind in the second minute, and then it was a Chigurchi penalty that was the winner in the 67th minute. It was a tough defeat to Victoria Cologne, but this will certainly give them hope going forward. Maybe they can turn their season around a little bit. Again, we're only on match day 8. As well played by Boris Tashi. Winning the ball back over there all by himself. Voland having a bit of a wrestle and winning a free kick. Taken quickly, cross comes in and it's behind for a corner. Only 90 seconds of stoppage time to go, though. Jakobsen will send it in. Patrick Hopsch is up there. The defender's up from the back. Manel comes, doesn't get there, and the swing in from Rittmuller goes behind. And surely Aue are looking at their first 3 points of the season, and 3 defeats in a row for Patrick Gluckner's Munich 1860. Martin Manel sends the ball long. Aue have ridden their luck a little today. Twice Munich have hit the woodwork. They've had a goal disallowed for a fairly harsh foul. But Aue have held on, despite not having much of the ball at all in the second half. Pfeiffer. Hopsch. Time's up. Launched clear. The home fans want the full-time whistle. Even though they've got the ball, Munich, they're not looking particularly dangerous with it. The cross comes in. That's a better one. Comes all the way through. And there's the full-time whistle. Aue get the victory. Inspired by Stefaniak, Jens Hartel's team have got 3 points and stopped the rot of 4 straight defeats. But for Munich 1860, 3 defeats in a row for them now, and the pressure continues to mount on their manager Patrick Gluckner. Wasn't a poor performance, but they didn't take their chances, and they've ultimately been defeated. Another tough afternoon for Munich 1860. It finishes Aue 2, Munich 1860 0.